Hello. Hello. This is Jennifer Odami here on We Stand Jesus. Thanking you for tuning in. I am starting a 7-day challenge for myself, and I hope you have something to challenge yourself about. It's a beautiful day here in uh well Silver City, outside of Silver City, New Mexico, actually. And I'm inside because I think that's where I'm going to do these 7 days. Uh, I am not good with planning. I am not good with any of this. So if you feel like you're not good enough, this is the place for you. um, I have lots of things. If you know me, if you get to know me, I have a lot of things like going on. I'm busy mind. I have a busy mind. Let me call it that. Let me call it that. So, uh, this is We Stand Jesus. This is about uh celebrating, developing fans of that particular artist, Jesus Christ, Nazareth. Sorry about the mumbling. Uh, uh, so I first have to thank you for being here, and I have to thank God, give all glory to God for this podcast, for this thing. It's not my idea. I'm doing it, but I so this is going to be a discussion about this venture. I have a lot of notes and papers and binders and and clipboards and plans that I don't know. I'll lead to this thing that I'm supposed to doing. I again let me get off this subject, not get off. If you watch the documentary Stands about Eminem and his song Stands, if you're that generation, stay here. Be here. This is to uh because if you could understand that, and you can understand what of if you're a obsessive fan about anyone, you can understand that grip it has in you when you experience that artist, experience that music, the words. uh Find, and that's very well and good, that but that what having that relationship with a human being that you don't know, that you can't talk to, you can't call up. um if you have to go through security, that's called a parasocial relationship. And I'm just saying, I have found out, and throughout my life, old enough to know better, uh throughout my life, that relationship with Jesus Christ has always been described as a two-way relationship. And as a matter of fact, it has been proven in my life that it is. So I'm putting together this uh, uh, a website, jesusstand.com. Don't have it yet. But let me see where I'm. I'm not doing any of this right. That's not surprising. Notes on this paper: God is a God of provision. Oh, John 3, chapter 3, verse 4. Always needs a provisions, least of man's need. Jesus. Salvation, peace of mind. So, yeah, we'll get to that, I'm certain. What I want to talk about today is my challenge for 7 days. 5 minutes. Good. I don't want to talk to you long. We're gonna we'll see what happens. I don't want to talk to you. I have no idea. All right. So I also have to proclaim, I guess, that this whole Jesus thing is I would have to say not me, not because I grew up in probably the the 60s, when people that read the Bible, followed Jesus, called Jesus freaks, uh, dressed conservatively, acted conservatively, were looked down upon. It was the uh, sexual revolution. It was basically a revolution of our whole society. And in order to have a revolution, you have to look down on certain people, and Christians were the ones. Uh, so, but so I grew up with a knowledge of God, a knowledge because it hadn't been erased from society at that point. People, particularly in positions of authority, still acknowledge higher power to which we are all accountable. So today I have, and we'll get that. Well, I have these stickers all over my house. They will. These were the first stickers that I made. That I was I after watching that video, Stan documentary of the song by Eminem, and the acknowledging that need of human beings to identify with with someone, identify with their spirit, the words, and what that brings to us. That need we do, particularly in our younger years, in our teenage years. If you're a teenager and you found this, welcome. We're like, this is for you. Um, that helps you, but it won't sustain you. What has been proven through centuries, 2,000 years of of oh yeah, I have a bunch of these. There's my sticker. We'll get to that story too. Never in a million years did I ever think I'd be carrying Bibles and oh, amazing. So I'm surrounded by the name. I'm surrounded by the words. I'm studying the words. And 9 minutes. It's gonna be fine. Let's go. Okay. So that's my okay. And I was writing down on stuff on the back. Here's something I wrote down. I tell you, whoever publicly acknowledges me before others, the Son of Man will also acknowledge before the angels of God. Luke 12:18. Now, those are words, particularly in the historically, those words, well, can't say that they have been proven to be true because, well, only one person really has died and gone up with the angels. That being said, what can I say? The evidence of God being with people, the evidence of God being with me through difficult times, and I'm hoping he's here now. Um, I don't know how to, and is evident throughout societies. Okay, so where are we? I have a bunch of stickers. You can buy these stickers at my if you like and follow, I'll send you a sticker. Put your information in a box. I haven't yet I haven't yet figured that out, but I'm about to. I have 7 days. I have 7 days. All right. I think we're going to be here. Okay, all 7 days. Okay. 7-day challenge. Both live and recorded. So challenged. Want to talk about? Okay, we'll talk about We Stand Jesus. Uh, I have been. I'll talk about my story. Now it's called testimony in this context. I my success. Okay, my success, and I'd have to say, a lot of this thing throughout my life, I've been humble enough to take advice, and from that, I have found all of my success. Humility is, I believe, the key to happiness. To happy. I've been happy. I'm a happy person. I'm happy now. I can't say that my dreams have not come true. I mean, that'd be crazy. Where I am now at this age. Okay, so I have we'll talk about how we want to talk about how I don't know where we are emotionally. Um I grew up in I should figure that now. Okay. Screening. Let me see. Okay, 70s. 70s. Oh, that's not it. 70s self-awareness. I guess it. Turning point of self-awareness, personal growth, and shift. Okay, the 70s. Okay, growing up in the 70s is often remembered as a turning point of self-awareness, personal growth, and the shift toward inner exploration following the turbulent 60s. Often referred to the me decade. I don't believe that. That was the 80s. Emphasize introspection, psychology, and personal freedom, laying the groundwork for modern concepts of self-care and emotional intelligence. I guess it was the me decade. So, in the 70s, there was a program called EST, Earhart Seminars Training. And I was blessed enough in 1971. I was blessed enough to go through that. And it the 70s began this whole thing. I'm not going to get into it. That's not important. If you want to look it up, it's fascinating. EST, Earhart Seminars Training. Werner Earhart developed this. It blended Zen Buddhism, Scientology, and Gestalt psychology to teach individuals are entirely responsible for their own life outcomes. It was what I learned was you create your own reality and how to be here now, to be present. It's taught that be here now, and you can, and in that moment, you can create your own reality. That I'll get the little one that you find in here. All that is in here. All that is what Jesus talked about. We'll get to that. But that creating your own reality, being here now. So take responsibility. In that you take responsibility for your life. But taking so where we are, we're good. We're good. I'm good. So we're going to talk about, so I get off on, so I have a lot of things, we have a lot of things to talk about. So for as my stand story, they used to have, I'm certain you find that all over now. I thought because we don't use the phones the same way, get on this, I can find unlimited amounts of opportunities to recite a prayer, to ask Jesus into your life, and to take control. I did that. I think it could have been dial a prayer, or it could have been something on the TV that said dial that number. And so I did, and I said some words. I was in that searching time. I wasn't raised in the church. My family, I found out my father was, I had no idea how father was. Well, he's a transcendentalist. So if you know anything about that, that's kind of against Jesus. However, everything in his spirit taught me to be open to the word. So, but I digress as usual. So I take this, so I say this prayer and I live my life and I go about, and I can't say that after that life got worse because it was high school. So That was awful. Uh, and, and I couldn't tell you it was any easier because Jesus was with me because I wasn't aware of it. Uh, Again, that's that prayer. I walk along the sand, and there's one set of prints, and that was because God was carrying me. That one, that's great prayer. Uh, or thingy. Anyway, so I take that. I end up uh, I end up going to Yale University. I don't know how I got in there. No one knows how I got in there. And at that point, I understand that I am only there because I was graced that. I was given that. I thought about going for some uh uh self some some issue I had. Well, I'd be one of the first women there. So that was I was a feminist. Uh so I get there, and the loneliness was so bad. I ended up understanding that the only way to get through the rigors of an well, higher education. I don't care where you go, wherever you go, and if you're um it was a very lonely place, and that I had to find a, a larger, I don't know why we a spiritual anchor, because the physical was not uh, uh, lending itself to supporting me. So I knew there was God, and I needed to uh, align myself with God. So I did. So I live my life, living life, everything about life. No instructions yet, following my heart, doing the right thing. Again, growing up, taking responsibility, never wanting, doing no harm. That was kind of my general philosophy: do no harm. Because if you do harm to people, they won't be your friends. And I was searching for a friend. Uh, so I convert to Catholicism. All right, so that's enough. Enough of that. I'm sure I have like plenty notes. Before you go. So, uh, so, blah, sure, long, blah, blah, blah. I, uh, graduate. I, 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 uh, I meet, uh, I, an influencer, Bart Giamatti, who kicked Pete Rose out of baseball. Uh, he dies. And I hear the word of God in, uh, a lot of times through people, but I heard in my head, a teacher has to replace a teacher. Now, for years, well, at that point, I think I'm supposed to become a teacher. All right. So I hear teacher need to replace a teacher. I hear, let me make a note of that on something I'm never going to see. All right. Teacher replaces a teacher. Then I hear, and so I become a teacher. And then I hear, uh, we'll talk a little bit about that. Uh, uh, for some time, and then I'm not at the moment. I retired from that, and that's a mess. All right, so teacher replace teacher. I become a teacher. Uh, then I hear after then I hear you're going to speak for me. Now, whenever you hear you're going to speak for me, that I don't have any other context that would come from inside, even though it's in your that someone's talking to you. Someone has that voice. God, is that second? I know I'm an English teacher, so I need to know that. But regardless, that's someone talking to you. So the only person that can talk to me, I believe, is God. So God said, you're going to speak for me years ago, decades ago. I said, absolutely not. I have no idea what you're talking about. Words and verses and prophets and blah, blah, Old Testament, New Testament. Life, 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 life. Sin, 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 sin. Revelation, revelation, revelation. So I uh, uh, go through a 12-step program, learning and witnessing how God redeems the worthless, the desperate, on a daily basis. Pray every day. So in that context, in order to remain untethered to that issue, you have to increase your spiritual life. And because I believed in the Judeo-Christian God, that means I had to learn more about God. In order to learn more about God, you have to accept the Son. And I, the stand that I am, always knew about Jesus, always understood that he said a lot of things and he did a lot of things, and everyone acknowledges that he was alive. And it was, my life was living in uh, God, God's bar. I was a dart player, and he was a pool player. He's a star pool player. This is magic. This guy can't lose. Pool. He has that ability. He has that awareness. So I respect that, but I don't play that game. I don't know that game. And then somehow I started playing the game, and sorry, for all the people that lived through COVID, we were all harmed. We were all injured, socially injured, particularly the young people whose world was ripped out for them, and they were locked in their house. And humans aren't meant, though I'm locked in my RV, not meant to be alone. Not meant to be alone. And in that loneliness, they also closed the churches, which leads me down another path, but we're not going there. So in 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 trying to understand that period, clearly seeing the need for a return, or an awakening, and another avenue of what can help young people, and what can help young people, and what can help finding your identity, because it's all about your identity of who you are and how you belong. That can come not from man, not from the teachers. Oh, that's another avenue. Uh, can only come from within, but it can't come from within in our own minds. It has to come in from some spirit. Again, we'll get to that. Jesus Stan, JesusStan.com, and more views 30. Okay, we're good. And stay tuned for more of We Stand Jesus. Thank you much for tuning in and trying to listen, because it's kind of crazy. But I don't know, that's what's so exciting about life. God bless you. Tune in for tomorrow. See if I can promise that I'm going to do something for 7 days, and we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Love you. Follow, like, subscribe, all that. See you tomorrow.